Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to...
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Copwatch, and man, it's been busy. That's why I haven't got a chance to make this video. I've had this for a couple of days now, but I have been fighting, as some of you know, for a long time to find out if Charlotte County Sheriff, the Nazi fuck himself, does not believe in the Constitution or your rights or anything other than tyranny here in Charlotte County, Florida. If he has a Stingray, and I found out he was lying and he wasn't lying, so it's 50-50. So I found out the ACLU investigated Florida for the excessive freaking use of the Stingray. Stingray is a cell phone simulator site. It's basically pretends to be a cell tower. It's a middleman attack. They get your voice, they get your data, they get your text, they get everything. And so what I found out, ACLU found out in their investigation, they put all the documents online, that this is the scam in Southwest Florida. It is Florida Department of Law Enforcement that has the Stingray, FDLE. And they're training the police and the sheriffs with their ESS teams, electronic surveillance teams. When you need it, you borrow it. So you get to lie to Copwatch to say, I don't have it. Which is a bunch of shit. You want to know what? If you weren't breaking the law, you'd have fucking body cameras, car cameras, and court cameras. Charlotte County Sheriff has none of that. And, of course, as we find out, he is hiding the fact of the excessive use of the Stingray. We have 160,000 people here in Charlotte County, mainly retirees, old people that, you know, quit doing bad stuff a long time ago or whatever. Who cares? And he's got 11 fucking people on this list, as you can see. They actually coughed it up. We were shocked. But now that we know the questions to ask, we actually got it. And sure enough, the reason why I know that they had the cell phone Stingray the whole time is because Jacob Hawkins, who I used to be friends with, told me about it years ago. We are not friends anymore. We hate each other's guts. He has threatened to arrest me for anything that he can just make shit up. He has also in email threatened to sue me if I out his corruption and get him downgraded, busted, whatever. And sure enough, I knew he was going to be on the list, and he is on the list. So what's even more scary with this list is, by the way, okay, the story that he told me that I knew about it, years ago, he with the FBI and Charlotte County Sheriff were going to bust a bank robber, and he told me a story of how, you know, they got everything. You know, he helped plant the Stingray, and they had all the information. I'm like, isn't that illegal? He goes, that's fine. We got enough information on him anyways. We don't need that. And right there, I'm like, that's one of so many things he told me in the years that I knew him, that this place is corrupt as fuck, and he's corrupt as fuck. He doesn't give a shit about you, your rights, or the Constitution. It's really bad down here, people. So anyways, here's the other scary thing in this list. Billy PRUMMELL. Look at this, Sheriff PRUMMELL. He's got his fucking son with one of the Stingrays. So if you're keeping everything this secret, you're supposed to get a warrant. But if you have to keep everything this secret, why the fuck doesn't this mean that they can't just use it whenever they want? Because they got to keep it secret anyways. So I've already got an ex-Charlotte County Sheriff that told me this is scary as fuck. Charlotte County Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL, who's doing nepotism, by the way, who's already got his son Billy PRUMMELL, has got a fucking Stingray to tap into anybody's phone at any time. Yay, that's not nepotism. That's not corrupt. What the fuck? So anyways, yeah, this ex-sheriff that he told me that's scary as hell. Here's another scary as hell thing people don't know about. Donald Ulrich. That is Charlotte County Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL's uncle, who he hired. More nepotism. He has one of them. Jesus. By the way, here's another thing. Nepotism. Billy PRUMMELL, he like became detective faster than anybody in the planet Earth. That's all fucked up in itself. So anyways, these are the people's names. So here we go. We're getting even better. I already found their pictures. There you go. Christopher Byrne. Wow, if this thing would work. Here we go. Joseph Scott. We found all this stuff is online, so can't say shit, bud. There we go. Billy PRUMMELL, his son, he's got one. Jacob Hawkins, who told me years ago they have it. They have it. He's got one. Matt Pilato, he's got one. Somebody in here has one. I can't remember. Yeah, Ulrich. Yeah, Ulrich is in here. He's got one. Inglewood, Mass, Sergeant Donald. Okay, so maybe this is the one. I don't know. Something like that. One of them is Ulrich. That's his freaking... Actually, I think this is it. You can see it in the face. What a bunch of shit. But anyways, here we go. David Gennismore. He's got one. Lieutenant Andres Rodriguez. They call him A-Rod. He's got one. Corporal Jason Russell. He's got one. I forget who this is, but he's on the list. Dustin Pale, he's got one. By the way, most of the people, you cannot find a picture for them because they're actually on the undercover squads. All this is so fucking hush-hush. So here's the other thing. We're already contacting all the lawyers in town. If you have any of these pricks in your case, you know, if you had clients that had these fuckers that arrested them, gave them a ticket, you need to go back into the case and look in discovery to see if they admitted that they use this on you. They have to admit it in discovery. So here's more ways they're covering up their corruption. Sometimes in discovery they'll say, well, we got the tip from an informant. Guess what the fuck the informant is? It's a goddamn Stingray. Sometimes they say it's a pen register. Pen register is when they used to put wires on your wires with a rotary dial phone and get the numbers that you called and called you. That is far surpassed here. They call it a wiretap now. They call it many, many things. The main thing you need to know is this motherfucker, when they turn it on, it gets everything. It gets your voice, gets your data, gets your text. They might say that we're just doing it for pen register, get the phone numbers. Bullshit. In fact, it was on Rush Limbaugh's show when they found out that one of Trump's people was had a Stingray on him. You know, they said this was just a pen register. Cops called in and said, bullshit. If you got one of those on you, they got everything. Bullshit. So anyways, if you've been messed with any of those people on your list, look in the discovery file to see if they illegally use a Stingray. So here, guess what? They can legally use a Stingray on you, but they have to admit it in the discovery. Also, if they get a warrant, also, when they turn this fucker on, it gets everybody in the neighborhood. So guess what? If you find out one of these fuckers fucked with you, you can let your neighborhood know, hey, by the way, they got all your shit. When they turn it on, everybody, they say, we don't keep that information. You fucking liars. You're already lying about this shit, so why the fuck wouldn't you lie about that shit? They got everybody in the neighborhood. They're so out of control. Also, too, we've already asked for the personnel file and IA reports on all these people. We also asked for all the tickets and all the people they arrested so we can let them know that they've possibly been illegally had the use of a Stingray. Because we're also finding out another thing. That if they're keeping it so secret, like I said, who the fuck says they're not using this without a warrant? We've even seen paperwork in the ACLU thing where they can use it in an emergency and get a warrant after that. Yeah, right. So anyways, what I'm showing you here, it is real deal. James McLinnis himself, a friend of mine that's fighting corruption up in Pinellas County by Tampa. They illegally use a Stingray on him, and here's the documents to prove it, and they hide this shit big time, man. This is scary, and like I said, so here's some of the words there in the manner of the application of the state of Florida for an order for the subscriber information authorizing the installation use of a pen register device, touch tone decoder, and calling party identification system, trap and trace. That's another one, trap and trace device. For telephone, the disclosure of cell communication records to include cell towers and real-time location. They're tracking you with it, man. Also, they said they used it as a pen register on him. Bullshit. They got everything, man. So this shit is real. This is not, you thought you were free. We are worse than Nazi Germany, and we would, Nazi Germany, they'd love if they could do what we're doing right now. We're supposed to be a free country, and they are doing this shit right now. Also, here's another way to look for it. So that's one thing you can look for at your police station, your sheriff. Also, you can go to the state attorney and look for these records. Here's another one that you can look at the sheriff's department and our police department. They enter it into the ACES. So this is their thing where they enter it into the computer. There's more documents in here. He reminded me, you gotta look into the ACES. Then James was reminding me too, they add supplementals to it. It's not just the first one. Every time they add something new, there's something else in there. It's just, wow. It's really sad and scary, and you gotta wake the fuck up, people, and start looking into this shit, because this is completely un-American. And I'm just trying to let you know, you thought you're free. You are not. Take your goddamn country back, like our founding fathers said to do.
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done... for life hating so much. Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy.
is
You
the
work
hard
for
part.
us, Sheriff.
And
Just
keeping
keep that in
up.
mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Copwatch, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.